Texas might say, keep Austin weird, but what do we say in Fort Smith? I don't know. But we have some weird things too, and I can appreciate that. So here are my top 5 weird things about Fort Smith's roads. What are some of yours? Number 1, roundabouts. It was a big controversy when the city thought about installing a roundabout at the intersection of Albert Pike and Free Ferry, which I support by the way, but most people don't realize that we already have at least 3 roundabouts in Fort Smith. First is one you've probably seen before, it's at Ben Guerin Park. But there's also this residential area which serves as the east end of Highland Drive near Eufus. And finally, most controversially, is Circle Drive in the Hillcrest neighborhood. State regulations recently changed traffic flow patterns in this neighborhood, and the residents are not happy. As a visitor, I can say that all these one-way signs are much more of an eyesore than the view of the park that they replaced. Number 2, Greenwood Road sign. This sign on westbound Phoenix Avenue is meant to tell drivers that they're approaching Greenwood Road, and it's been here since at least 2013. Except this isn't the intersection with Greenwood, this is Old Greenwood. It's been called Old Greenwood Road for at least 100 years, so I don't know how the sign got put up in the first place. We have a Greenwood Road, but it's also funny because it feels much older than the Old Greenwood Road. Number 3, Zero Street and O Street. If you already live in Fort Smith, it's probably not something you think about, but newcomers can really struggle with O Street because, well, first of all, it looks like a zero, and second, there's 2 O Streets, North O and South O, and finally we also have Q Street, which kind of looks like an O. You can be at the corner of 29th and North O, 29th and South O, 29th and Q, and 29th and 0, and all 4 intersections could be read aloud by somebody who's never been here before as 29th and 0. Number 4, 31st Street Alley Trail. The roads in Fort Smith are on the grid system, but it's only a very loose grid, and a lot of roads end at major intersections and then they pick up later down the way. And we also have all these sorts of alleys on the north side that I love using to cut through blocks. It's so much less stress to ride along some of these beautiful alleys without the fear of traffic. But my favorite little quirk, and my camera cut out so I couldn't get it on video, is this place where 31st Street sort of ends over a ravine. What is this thing? And it looks like there maybe used to be a bridge here. Maybe someone who has lived here longer than me can tell me what this is. Putting a bridge here would make a lot of sense. It would connect to a fairly long alley and a paved trail. Number 5, Grand and Towson. The intersection of Grand and Towson isn't something that you think about a lot. You know that one road goes north and south, the other goes east and west, but they don't really connect. Except they do. It's not obvious if you're looking at it from street level. When you pull up a map, the intersection of Grand and Towson is actually in this retail development where AJ's Oyster House and Rolando's is. Okay, that's it for my top 5. These all have to do with roads. Maybe I'll do another video in the future about the airport or something like that. If you have any suggestions for other little quirks of Fort Smith, let me know in the comments. Thanks.